Hello friends, good to see you again through this video today. Today I wanted to talk about one simple question. What can I do when the same problem is coming against me repeatedly? That is what I wanted to share with you. When we talk about problems that comes against us on a repeated manner or on a repeated fashion, right? Just think about, many problems in our life today. For example, if you take in the workplace, right, there may be some person who's always trying to cause some trouble, who's always trying to pull your leg, or who's always trying to do something to make your name bad, right? So these kind of problems happens every day. Many times we feel, why I have to face such problems on a repeated basis? Like for example, even in family sometimes, right, people may try to hurt you by saying some words, or maybe like you may be looking out for an alliance for your child, like whether it's your son or daughter, and you may be wondering why my children are not getting married. Every time they are about to find a match, but it is not happening, something is not getting right. So likewise, we all have some repeated problems coming against us in our life. But today I wanted to share a passage from the Bible which talks about a person who also faced such a kind of a repeated problems, but in spite of that, how he was able to receive his blessing from the Lord. That is what I wanted to share today with you. If you read the book of Genesis chapter 26, here we find the passage that talks about Isaac digging the wells of his father Abraham. Abraham gave him some wells as inheritance, and Isaac wanted to dig those wells so that they can get some water. So as his servants were digging those wells, what happens? The first time they dig a well, the local people, the servants of the local people, they came, the local shepherds, they came and they fought with them, and they said, no, this water belongs to us, so we cannot let you to have this well like that. So in spite of having it as an inheritance from his father, Isaac chose to just leave from that place without even quarreling with that people. And then again on the second time, he again dug a well one more time, and again the people around there, they came and had a quarrel with him, and he just left that place. He didn't even quarrel back with them. Then finally he dug a well, like on the third time, which was called as the Rehoboth, the place the Lord where established him, and also that is where he did not had any quarrel with the local people. Nobody came against him. See, this is the principle today I wanted you to understand very clearly in our life. When we go through situations where we feel that the same problem is coming against us repeatedly, just imagine, we don't need to fight the battle on our own, because the Lord wants to fight it for us. All we have to do is just step aside and just move forward, so that the Lord will get us to the right place, which will be our Rehoboth. When we do that, right, sometimes people may mock at us. They may feel, they may think that we act like a coward. Just imagine, when Isaac chose to just walk away from those wells, right, the first well and the second well, his servants might have easily thought, like, they would have thought, why our master is like this? Why he is not fighting for his rights? This well belongs to him. He has received this as an inheritance from his father. But why he is not like, fighting for his right like that? They could have easily, thought of like that. But Isaac chose the right way, where he didn't want to quarrel with them, but he knew that there is something that God has lined up for him, and definitely he will inherit that as the blessing from the Lord. And that is how he named that place as Rehoboth. Today the Lord wants you and me also to get to that place of Rehoboth in our life, but we have to make sure that we don't need to fight against all the opposition that we face today. Every opposition or every issue that comes against us on a repeated basis, we don't need to worry about it. We just need to ignore and keep moving forward. One day the Lord will bring us to the place of Rehoboth. And definitely when we follow, when we allow the Lord to operate in our life, you will see the Lord doing the battle for us, and we don't need to stretch ourselves, or we don't need to take the matter into our hands, and we don't need to go into quarrel, or we don't need to fight for it, because the Lord will take us to the right place at the right time. You all have a blessed and a happy day. God bless you.